Que pasa familia de dinero? I am your host Hatcher, back in the cut, and we about to turn the degrees up. Let's get cooking with another ticker symbol, RGTI. It is a penny stock on the move, but is it a smart investment? Is it going to grow? We'll go through everything that you need to know when it comes down to Rigetti. I am not a financial advisor, nor am I a crystal ball. I am an individual that has already invested at a lower price and has gotten a significant gain back. Now, this looks like it's trying to get to a $3 price point, which is fantastic, but we need to know the catalyst. We need to know its earnings. What is going on with this stock? If you are already subscribed to the Familia, I want to say a huge shout out to you. Huge shout out. Thank you. Thank you so much for being a part of the Familia, and these are going to be the individuals that commented on the last video. If you want to be shout out, make sure to leave a thought-provoking one down below. But we have Willie. I suspect the latest insane price jump is a result of short sellers being forced to buy to cover margin calls. By the way, excellent analysis of RKLB. Thank you so much, Willie, and I will start to incorporate the thought of short interest. I'm not going to do it on this stock, but I will start incorporating short interest when it comes down to stocks. Kurt, good job. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for that comment. And then we have JM, Rocket Lab is a go to space, RKLB. If you guys are curious as to what video that these comments come from, it should be popped up over there, and you can click that at any point, maybe near the end of the video after this one. But with that being said, if you're new to the channel, all I ask for you to do is sit back, relax, and also my daughter has something for you.
Thank you for watching, and subscribe our video and like.
And with that being said, let's go ahead and get to Rigetti Computing stock chart analysis. Let's go over to it. Okay, so we're on Seeking Alpha. This is the more basic graph. But my most concern right now is if I look at the year, right, we have moments of small volume. If you look at this bottom area of the chart, very small, and then we have over here a big push. Now, the big push is due to the fact that they have released news that they properly secured. Oh, excuse me. Let me go back. They properly secured 100 million at the market equity offering. But let's go back here before we jump into that. Look at the 5-year chart, right? So this company was valued early at $9.43, right? When it first was public in 2022. That's not when it was established. That's when it was first public on the NASDAQ. So it has been on a downtrend, significant downtrend. And if we look at just this year alone, it did go up. So take this in major consideration. Let me go ahead and do the 1-year time frame. It did go up, right? And we're far surpassed of where it was once high at. Now it did go back down, and I'll tell you guys my concerns when it comes down to the stock. I have seen significant returns, but that does not mean I'm going to be blind to something like this, a down, right? You should have took profits, got back in at a lower price point, could have got back in at 82 cents, 69 cents, right? So this is why I bring this, guys, to you. Now, is this time to buy? Again, I'll give you guys my thoughts. So let's go ahead and read this. Rigetti announces successful completion of 100 million at the market equity offering. So this is what caused it to go significantly up. Other things too. But we can read all this, but I'm going to go ahead and just do the positive and negatives for the sake of time. We have positive, successfully raised 100 million through ATM equity offering. Cash runaway extended through the end of 2026. System gate speed of 60 to 80 nanoseconds, superior to competitors. Strong demand for national labs and academic institutes. So this is a good catalyst. This is fantastic. This last one alone kind of puts me a little bit at ease, but we're going to talk about exactly their earnings because they released it, I believe, on the 12th of November. So about a week and a half ago. We have negative dilution, which is like a curse word within the stock industry. Dilution of existing shareholders through ATM offerings. So that's the thing to take in consideration when it comes down to that. Do you want to be a part of dilution even though it's going up? Right? Everything that has to go up is a rubber band. Typically, it's like, okay, we're going to go big, small, until it gets to a nice point where there's secure, right? So Rigetti Set to report Q3 earnings, buy, sell, or hold. This was before. And at that time, what they released was this. And I'm going to go ahead and read again the positives. Strong cash position of 92.6 million. So they're able to go through 2026, right? That's their projection, right? Development of new modular system architecture with improved qubit fidelity targets. That's good too. Successful demonstrating 99.4 2-qubit median fidelity and 9-qubit chips. So we talked about that on IonQ. I'll have that probably pop up there. Maybe if not, that means I was kind of lazy and I didn't do it. Achieve multiple chip tiling without performing deterioration. That is key right there as well. Negatives. This is my biggest concern. See, we're looking at numbers. You see, and I know this is a little childish, but I see two substantial numbers. Only one of those numbers are dollar signs, right? So when I look at the negatives, operating loss is at 17.3 million in Q3. That is not good. I don't like that personally. Net loss of 14.8 million is not good to me. I don't like that. What's going on? Lost revenue generation, 2.4 million. Okay. So high operating expenses of 18.6 million. So they're developing a new thing, right? Develop a new modular system. So that could equate for that. Now, here's the thing. When we go down to here, this is strong demand from national labs and academic institute could be huge customers in 2025. Right, so that's kind of, it's a little bit of a saving grace. Let's go ahead and read what Rigetti is. So, and you'll see exactly why, you know, the strong demand is coming from national labs and academic institution. New computing paradigm, the thermodynamic sparkle, the industry revolution, electromagnetism ushered in the informational age. Now quantum computers are harness the unique information process capability of quantum mechanics to exponentially reduce the time and energy needed for high impact computing, with the first paradigm shift advancing since the integrated circuit. Quantum computing is poised to transform every global market. So industry use cases, and this is what they use. Pretty much their design. We'll watch a video of something that they created, the QPU, like the CPU, GPU. They have their QPU, quantum processing unit. I believe that's what it's called. Designed to optimize new drug-like molecule for known targets, right? A drug discovery for undruggables. I think that's e.g. neurodegenerative diseases. So that's helping the neurology, right? Develop synthetic enzymes and catalysts for food and energy production, optimize return and risk for large financial portfolios, train better AI with less computational overhead, and reduce fuel costs by optimizing vehicle routing. So this is all good, right? But again, I just like IonQ, and some of the concerns is, how does this translate to the everyday individual? How can we get this in the hands of everyday individuals? Now, Rigetti is a company that I like that they go into the more, if we go back to this again, the national labs, more of the medical and academic institution. We're not really, I'm not saying that IonQ doesn't do that, but what I'm saying is when I look at this, like IonQ is more the Hyundai, NVIDIA, stuff like this. I like to be well-rounded. This covers national labs and academic institutions. I like that. We're going to check out their QPU on YouTube. Let's check it out.
The Novera QPU is here, a product of Rigetti's pioneering R&D.
Let our fab do.
Far more than a
I
chip.
don't know what to say.
Save time. Get to the important work now.
That's a lot of wires.
Define the future of quantum.
I don't even know what I'm looking at.
The Novera QPU is plug and play in your lab.
I can imagine it gets smaller over time.
Descended from Rigetti's most powerful systems.
Maybe not. No, yeah, it has to. Wow. Looks like an art
Enabling
piece.
Discovery and innovation. Advance the science, advance your work.
Wow. I like the name, Novera. Okay, so my concerns, my thoughts, is it a pro, is it a buy, is it a sell, all these things here and more. So if we go over everything that we talked about, let's start off with today, the catalyst. What is bringing up this stock to almost near $3? And it's started at 9, around that. What is it like? Can we expect it to keep going? Now, we had the catalyst that has said, hey, we secured 100 million. I think that's a positive thing. I don't think that's ever going to be a negative thing. But my concern is I saw a lot more dollar cost loss than, you know, when it looks like at their earnings. I'm like, okay, you know, we're developing this, we're developing that, but their customers are in strong demand. So it's a little bit like that. It's a little bit of a teeter-totter situation. And in all honesty, stop loss, right? What price point am I comfortable? Anything around the $2.20, $2.30 range. If it ever comes back, right? That's my price point where I would buy it. Anything lower than that, I would buy more, because I do see that this company could definitely grow, but I would set my stop loss personally. If I'm getting it now and it goes up to $4, right? Where's your stop loss? That is going to be up to you, and everybody has to make a decision. Would I buy it at the current price? I buy things on a red day, and it's been on a tear. So that's why pricing the market, like if you're trying to gauge and figure out when to jump in, you're playing the game all wrong, because it'll go up when you least expect it. You have to buy companies that you see a huge potential, for it. And I don't know, you're just like, okay, hey, I believe in this. I might take a loss for a little bit, but I see what it's doing. IonQ is gigantic. It's a quantum computer, but it also delves in different kind of locations. This one specializes in those two groups, and that is the most important part. You can go ahead and do like NVIDIA, right? And I'm not talking about quantum computer, but I'm talking about stocks. You can do NVIDIA when it comes down to processing chips and everything like that. But then what happens, right? If NVIDIA is literally only in one sector of the chips, and then you have, ARM or AMD, and then they're going a different route. So these companies are the same, but they go and diverge in different paths. That if you're doing single stocks, this isn't a part of your Roth IRA. If you're doing single stocks, and I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm just kind of laying out my thought process. But if you do single stocks, you want to kind of diversify even yourself within the electronic space. I say like 2 different strong companies within the quantum, 2 or 3. Then you have maybe 2 or 3 of chips. Then you have 2 or 3 of something like food, beverage, and stuff like that. So you want to make sure that your stock portfolio is not fully just about technology, because there are companies out there that we're going to talk about that I definitely want to delve my money into, see for a month where it goes, and then I'll present it to you guys. I'm not somebody that is going to tell you guys, oh snap, get onto this right now at this very moment. No, because if I don't see growth, then I might be putting that information out on somebody that, they go ahead and put all their life savings into, which I'm not telling you to do. I'm not a financial advisor, but I do understand that I have a responsibility, right? I have a responsibility. And I want to say this, and I haven't talked about microcloud hologram in quite a while, but the reason why I decided to stop talking about it was because I did not want to promote. It did not follow the pattern. It's messed up. I don't even care if it does go up. There is way too many opportunities that has gotten me a 3,000%, close to 3,000%. Had I just focused at least 1,000%, with the different stocks that I hold. So that is the thing. NVIDIA, you could have bought it at 98 cents. Back in August or around, I think it was around August, could have bought it at 98 cents and rode it on up to like 150, right? 136 right now. But like, it is very important to know how much can you stomach, right? How much can you stomach if it goes down? And that's why I haven't bought a whole lot. I didn't buy thousands of shares of any of these companies. I bought a few. a very small few. Then I kept buying as it went up. I said, okay, you know, on the red days as it was trying to trend up, I bought when it was a red day. And ever since I played this tactic rather than doing day trade, I've seen my portfolio grow exponentially, and I love it. I love the way it's going. I'm not dumping in money to try to make up for money lost. That's gambling, and that's stupid. So when I look at these companies and I do these breakdowns, I see, okay, this is, let me go ahead and put a stop loss right here. Let me take my earnings, and it's not over. I can jump into this company if it decides to go up to $4, $5, right? I'll have to rebuy back in there, but I have to see it make sense. And so right now, the news is a good catalyst, but for how long? How long does this sentiment really carry on? So I want to say Rigetti to me is kind of teeter-totter. It's a little iffy to me. I'm not 100% bullish. I'm not bearish. I think that I need to see a certain price point. I will jump back in around the $1.90, a $2 range, right? If it ever drops down there. If it doesn't, okay, I'm fine, right? Then I have to create a different conversation. When will I rebuy back in more shares if I see an exponential future, right, within this company? And my goal is with my biggest players, I want to have around 100 to 200 shares of each one of them. And that's going to take time. I'm not somebody that's going to come on here and I got thousands of dollars. No, I'm a blue collar individual that is learning the stock game as best as I can and making tactical decisions. I made a mistake. I made too many mistakes, right? And so with that knowledge, options and things like that, I get it. It can make you money. But over time, I like the ones that, you know, it's like Apple. If you got in early, Nvidia, if you got in early and you did your due diligence, you followed this stock and you believed and had conviction, it doesn't matter. Like, you're making more money over that time. And I'm like, okay, I bought some gold ticket items when I was young. And I'm documenting that, and I'm helping those that need more information, maybe all in one space. So I highly advise that if you're not subscribed, to jump into this familia. I do not like to, you know, go on to other people's channels and they're saying buy this right now, without even, they give you this whole long speech and they don't even show you this stuff. And that is bad. That, to me, that's bad. They say, look at this, you can scrape the money off, and when it goes down, scrape the money that when it goes up with options. Well, this is a thing. You place a $500 call option and it drops down, right? That money, you ain't making it back like that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch all of you in the next one. Adios.